This is probably the most complete Illustration Rare Pokedex right now. Almost all available cards are in this binder. Let's take a look at all the cards that we have collected in 270 days. Starting off with the amazing Gen 1 OG Stars Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle. These cards are always very high up my list. Of course, the Charizard, the Beedrill are also amazing cards. I never expected that 270, almost 1 year ago, we started this challenge adding 2 cards a day, that we would get this far. Of course, the first video that I ever posted got a lot of attention with almost 2 million views on different platforms. That was a massive boost. And of course, I really liked to log into this challenge and collect as much as possible back then. And luckily, Pokemon has continued making these amazing illustration rares. You truly get to see a day of the life of the Pokemon, like with this Psyduck walking down the stairs having a massive headache, or the Growlithe looking, smiling at its trainer. It's just amazing. It gets so much personality in one little card. Let's see, all these amazing Gen 1 additions like Lieutenant Surge with its Magnemite, the amazing Ghastly Haunter and Gangrel line with what was back then a very unique and hard to achieve Haunter, but of course now is already out in English, so you can see how fast this challenge goes. You had the Drowsy that was price fixed at a point and luckily now lowered, and you also have like a card from Cosmic Eclipse to see how old these cards already are, and they are still printing them to this day and making them to this day, which makes me very happy. And on this page we have one of the most underrated cards, probably the Magikarp and the Aerodactyl Secret Rare. Such an amazing art to see when you have it in your hand. And on this page we have a lot of cards that were kindly gifted. The Zapdos, Mewtwo and Mew were kindly gifted by a friend of the channel, and I couldn't imagine starting this challenge that people are so kind, so wanting to help, reacting when something went wrong. You guys might still know, if you are a fan of the channel, that the Thunderous incident happened and I had to reshuffle the whole binder, but at the end of the day it all benefits this challenge and this binder. So thank you guys for helping along, letting me know when something's off, letting me know when something is released, and these amazing cards are added. We are at Gen 2 having the amazing Espeon, Miss Revis, and we're still missing one of my favorite cards with the Slowking. The Pokemon is one of my favorite ones. And on this page you can also see the amazing new additions we are still getting to this day. With the Macargo in the latest set that has been released is such an underrated card. It looks amazing. And of course we also upgraded this card because at first we had the OG Ancient Traits, one of the first illustration rares available, to this new amazing card. And this page right here has to be one of my top pages on the binder, with the amazing Dog Trio, Suicune being one of my favorite Pokemon, and then the most expensive card of the binder is, to this day, is still this Lugia card. And then next to it is the amazing Ho-Oh and Celebi. This page is really just amazing. S tier if you ask me, and hopefully we can fill it soon with the starters from this generation. And then on the next page you can see one of the nicest connecting arts that there is. It has a lot of storytelling. It starts off with Lil Rels, evolves to a big Gardevoir, and the whole family grows with it. And then on the next page you have another amazing connecting art with the Plusle and Minim. And then a lot of fun cards like the Gulpin, the Wailord, the new normal card. It keeps on going, and that's what I like of illustration rares. It has so much personality. You can see this little card, but it's almost a day in the life of a Pokemon, and it really gives so much more than just a basic card. And that's what I love of the illustration rares. It's so fun to see all of these Pokemons really come to life on one page. And then we are already at the legendary page of this generation with Salamence, the Pseudos, Metagross, and then of course the amazing Groudon and my old Rayquaza V. I really love this card. And I also really love that the Deoxys VMAX, and I really like the Japanese texture. It is so underrated to me that people really like English cards better than Japanese, because the Japanese cards are way better quality and the texture on these cards is incomparable. And of course we are now in a stage that the challenge is getting harder and harder, because As I told, I almost have completed all of the possible cards that are out yet. There are like 10 to 20 cards missing, but then we are maxed out and waiting on new sets. But there is a massive but. Pokemon keeps releasing these cards. With Mega Dream there are 33 new cards releasing, and there are like 7 to 11 cards we are still missing in this challenge. So again, we can continue the grind. And I also read about the Japanese team decks that have some new illustration rares, but again, new cards, this makes me happy. And then we are already at the Gen 5, and that is for me the point everything changed. People thought this challenge might be possible with a whole generation releasing in illustration rares. Take a look at all these completed pages. To me, it's still amazing. I love to flick through these pages, see all the cool arts that are available, like the Size Me Toad. These pages are just amazing. Take a look at the Deerling with the connecting art, all these colors. Every card has something unique, something quirky, something funny, or very powerful, like this Golurk, or this Yamper laying with Joltik on its back. It's just so fun to flick through these pages. And the people that know Thunderous, yeah, that card cost me some time. Rearranging the whole binder because I forgot it in the OG layout. It took like 3 hours to reshuffle the whole thing, but hey, the binder got better in the end. Here we have also the new Trevenant, one of the nicest cards with Noivern and one of my favorite cards with Hoopa. A very nice card, reminds me of Smaug in Lord of the Rings. Then we also have Wishy Washy, a very old card with, I think it came from Cosmic Eclipse. And then this Sun and Moon era still is missing a lot of cards, so I hope this era will get some love, especially with these Ultra Beasts. I think this part is going to be one of the toughest cards to release, but hey, hopefully they will release a whole set of illustration rares like they did on the Black and White era with this era as well, because Sun and Moon, basically one of my favorite eras. The anime was amazing, the Pokemon are amazing. Then we are already in the Sword and Shield era, and this is a generation a lot of people came back into collecting. The game was just amazing, and the illustration rares I think kind of started in this generation, so it's a very nice way to see this generation is filling up. And of course you have the ever so elusive Kopfu that people keep reacting, where's Kopfu, where's Kopfu? I am sure this card will get an illustration rare sooner than later. And it's just insane to think we once started with Patchorant and Charmander in this binder, and now we are almost 600 cards in. And you can see it's close to completion with a lot of beautiful cards like the Tatsugiri, like the amazing legendaries. And then we are already at the last page. And the last Pokemon being of course Patchorant, and I really want to thank the daily supporters. The comments genuinely keep me going. Once again, thank you for following, and let's see what the next year will bring this binder and of course the channel.